सुख सागर से मिलन मनाकर, सुख सागर से मिलन मनाकर, अतीन्द्रिय सुख पाले, अतीन्द्रिय सुख पाले। शिव बाबा से योग लगा ले, शिव बाबा से योग लगा ले। बाबा ने तुझको अपना बनाया, अपना बना के जीना सिखाया। बाबा ने तुझको अपना बनाया, अपना बना के जीना सिखाया। पिंजरे के पंछी को उड़ना सिखाया, पिंजरे के पंछी को उड़ना सिखाया, पिंजरे के पंछी को उड़ना सिखाया। शिव बाबा से योग लगा ले, शिव बाबा से योग लगा ले। समय को अब तुम न बर्बाद करना, हर पल खुशियों से झोली भरना। समय को अब तुम न बर्बाद करना, हर पल खुशियों से झोली भरना। आत्म रूप में उड़ना उड़ाना, आत्म रूप में उड़ना उड़ाना, आत्म रूप में उड़ना उड़ाना। शिव बाबा से योग लगा ले, शिव बाबा से योग लगा ले। शिव बाबा से योग लगा ले, शिव बाबा से योग लगा ले। देव बनेगा स्वर्ग में जाकर, पर प्यार बाबा मिले ना वहाँ पर। देव बनेगा स्वर्ग में जाकर, पर प्यार बाबा मिले ना वहाँ पर। मौजों का युग देखो संगम युग है, मौजों का युग देखो संगम युग है, मौजों का युग देखो संगम युग है। शिव बाबा से योग लगा ले, शिव बाबा से योग लगा ले, बाबा से योग लगा ले, बाबा से योग लगा ले।
सुख सागर से मिलन बनाकर, सुख सागर से मिलन बनाकर, अतीन्द्रिय सुख पाले, अतीन्द्रिय सुख पाले।
शिव बाबा से योग लगा ले, 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 शिव बाबा से योग लगा ले।
Om Shanti. Good morning, Ben.
Good morning.
Warm welcome to South Africa. And we are blessed to have you with us and all the wealth of experiences and things over the years and being with Ben and seniors. So thank you for giving us this lovely, lovely time. So Om Shanti. So I hand over to you, Urvashi Ben.
Thank you very much, and very, very good morning to you all from Aberoni, and nice to be with you all today. Today, Baba is focusing on the difference between, or the connection between intoxication and happiness, and also the qualification of a serviceable soul as well as a charitable soul and detachment. So on a spiritual journey, three things are needed: intoxication, happiness, and strength. intoxication increases our happiness, and this brings about spiritual strength. So daily we drink the nectar of knowledge, and that has helped us to experience truth, as well as it has given rise to another level of spiritual intoxication. Sorry, I think there's some noises. Is that
Urvashi Ben, could you please unmute?
okay, fine? Is that better now?
Yes, thank you.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
fine. Okay. Did you manage to hear what I said in the beginning? Okay, you can say so. In our spiritual journey, three things are important. One is intoxication, happiness, and strength. And intoxication increases our happiness and this brings spiritual strength. Daily dose of drinking spiritual knowledge has given us experience of experiencing the truth. And so spiritual knowledge gives us another level of intoxication. And this spiritual intoxication helps us to experience divinity. And so we see that temporary intoxication based on, it could be beauty, wealth, position. This type of intoxication is singular harm. And so how do we maintain this happiness throughout the day? One is being yourself. I am unique. I have the capability. I have the ability. And successful people will always say, believe in yourself. And so the basis of happiness and contentment is self-acceptance. Who am I? What am I? Just to be yourself. Secondly, giving. We all recalled giving a gift to someone. And how did you feel? Happy. And even the one receiving the gift would be happy. And so giving means becoming more happier and healthier. Giving is receiving. And so throughout the day, there are many things that I can give, no matter how small it may be. We say giving support to someone, just giving a smile, or telling someone, I care for you. And the list is endless. Thirdly, appreciating. We appreciate one another. We appreciate nature, experiencing the beauty of nature, the fragrance, and the color. And fourthly, empowering ourselves. And we know empowering means basically, renewing ourselves, re-energizing, recharging ourselves, and taking moments. Could be a few minutes and sitting in silence. And of course, one of the biggest challenges is to remain happy when there is upheaval. But Baba's love has helped us to also overcome that. So Baba is talking about the qualifications of a serviceable child. There has to be enthusiasm to do service. But a serviceable child will follow Srimad and become the embodiment of the Dharna. A charitable soul will do service from the heart. It won't be superficial. And a charitable soul will serve at the time of need and receive blessings from others and receive blessings from God. Charitable soul will go beyond insults and criticism, and every thought will be used for service. And Baba says we are all charitable souls, but number wise. And so let us ponder over these thoughts. And so today's Murli is on the 4th of September. The essence, sweet children, this world is now a hopeless case. Everyone is to die, and this is why your attachment to it has to end. Constantly remember me alone. So this is the first Srimad that Baba gives us, to forget everything and just remember me. Question: what is the reason why you don't have enthusiasm to do service? The answer, point 1, if your character is not good and you do not remember the Father, you cannot have the enthusiasm to do service. You continue to perform one wrong action or another and are therefore unable to do service. Point 2, the Father's first direction is, when you die, the world is dead for you. You don't put this direction into practice. It is because your intellect is trapped in bodies and bodily relations that you are unable to do service. When Baba says, when you die, the world is dead for you, that doesn't mean I become cold or isolated. Yes, I have concern, but it's just detachment. Song, Salutation to Shiva. There's so much praise for Shiva and not so much praise for the other deities. Om Shanti. You heard the song of the path of devotion. People say salutation to Shiva. They say Shiva's name again and again. They go to a Shiva temple every day and they celebrate whatever festivals they are every year. That is the most elevated month of charity, the leap month, and also the most elevated year of charity. They continue to say salutation to Shiva every day. Many are worshippers of Shiva. The creator is Shiva, God, the highest on high. They say the purifier is the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul Shiva. They worship him every day. You children know that this is the confluence age, the age in which you become the most elevated of all. People claim one high status or another from a worldly study. How did Lakshmi and Narayan claim their status? How did they become the masters of the world? No one knows this. They say salutations to Shiva. You are the mother and father. They sing this they sing this praise every day, but they don't know when he comes and becomes the mother and father and gives us our inheritance. You know that the people of the world don't know anything. They stumble around so much on the path of devotion. So many groups of people go to Amarnath. They stumble around so much. If someone is having success in believing in a particular deity, and the others feel, oh, if they are getting success, then we should also follow their deity. If you were to tell them this, they would get upset. Very few of you children have a lot of happiness inside you. Some continue to write, Baba, from the moment I recognized you, there has been no limit to my happiness. Even when there are difficulties, you must remain happy. You must never forget that you now belong to the Father. Now that you children know that you have attained Shiv Baba, let there be no limit to your happiness. Baba's treasure store is full, so take as much as you want. Maya repeatedly makes you forget. Although you write that you have faith and that you know Baba, you become slack whilst moving along. When some don't come for 6 to 8 months or for 2 to 3 years, Baba understands that the intellects don't have full faith and that they are not fully intoxicated. He is such an unlimited Father that gives you the inheritance for 21 births. If you had this faith, you would then have a lot of happiness and intoxication. When a king wants to adopt a child, that child finds out that there is talk of a king, the talk of the king wanting to adopt him and make him his heir. That child would have so much happiness. He would feel, I am going to become a child of a king. Or if a poor child is adopted by a wealthy person, he feels so happy. When he realizes that he is going to be adopted by so and so, his unhappiness about being a poor person disappears. That is a matter of just one birth. Here, you children have the happiness of claiming the inheritance for 21 births. Remember the unlimited Father and also show the path to others. Shiva Baba, the purifier, has come. He explains that he is your father. No human being can say, I am your unlimited father. Only the Father explains that he came 5,000 years ago. He said the same words, constantly remember me alone. Only by remembering me, the purifier Father, will you become pure. There is no other way to become pure from impure. Only the one Father is the purifier. Krishna cannot be called God. The God of the Gita is the purifier, and he is beyond birth and death. This is the first thing you should get people to write. When others see this written by eminent people, they will feel that this is right. If they see this written by anyone, they would say that the Brahma Kumaris have cast a magic spell on him, and that is why he has written that. They wouldn't say that if he were written by an eminent person. When you say anything, they say that you have a small mouth and are talking big things, that you are all talk, saying that God has come. Initial when people have so much intoxication, they just say, oh, God has come. But Baba says with yukti, you have to explain. You children mustn't just say that God has come. No one will understand that, and some will even laugh at you. Explain that they are two fathers. First of all, don't instantly tell them directly that God has come. Because nowadays, there are many in the world who call themselves God. All of them consider themselves to be incarnations of God. Therefore, explain the secret of the two fathers to them tactfully. One is a limited father, and the other is the unlimited father. The father's name is Shiva. He is the father of all souls, and so he must surely give his children an inheritance. People celebrate the birthday of Shiva. He comes and establishes heaven. Therefore, hell definitely has to be destroyed. The sign of that is the Mahabharat war. When you just say that God has come, no one understands anything. You continue to beat drums. When you do service in the wrong way, like that, service becomes even more slack. On one hand, you say that God has come and that He is teaching you. And then you go and get married. People would then ask, what happened to you? You said that God was teaching you. They would then reply, we just told you what we heard. There are many types of obstacles from your own children. For instance, the Hindus have slapped themselves. They actually belong to the deity religion, but they say they are Hindus. They have slapped themselves in this way. You now know that when you were worthy of worship, you had an elevated religion and performed elevated actions. By following the devilish dictates, you became corrupt in your religion and actions. We are the ones who begin to defame our own religion by following devilish dictates of Maya. This is why Baba said, that is the devilish community. This is the divine community to whom I am teaching Raja Yoga. It is now the Iron Age. Those who come and listen to this knowledge become deities from devils. This knowledge is for becoming deities. You become deities by conquering the 5 vices. There wasn't any war between the devils and the deities. They make this mistake, but they have shown that the ones who had God on their side were victorious. They have mentioned Krishna's name in that. Your war, in fact, is with Maya. The Father sits here and explains so many things to you. But some are so tamopradhan that they don't understand anything at all. This is why Baba says the divine intellect is needed to be able to hold and understand this knowledge. They are unable to remember the Father. They understand that the intellects are tamopradhan and they are therefore unable to remember the Father at all. They don't reform their characters at all. This is why they have no enthusiasm to do service. The Father says, kill the body and all bodily relations. That is, forget all of them. The word kill isn't actually said. It is said, when you die, the world is dead for you. The Father sits here and explains this. Remove them from your intellects. Now that you belong to me, forget them all. Remember the one Father. When someone is a hopeless case in terms of his illness, others have to break all the attachment to that one. He is then told to remember Rama, God. The Father also says, this world is a completely hopeless case. 1987, when we had the project of a better world, global cooperation for a better world, and they see a hopeless world, and everyone is helping to patch up this world, and it becomes a beautiful new world once again. And so Baba needs our finger of cooperation in order to bring this beautiful world. The world is to be destroyed. Everyone is to die, and this is why you have to remove your attachment from it. They continue to chant Rama's name. Here it isn't a question of just one. The whole world is to be destroyed. This is why I give you just one mantra. Constantly remember me alone. He continues to explain to you in so many different ways. The month of charity has now come, and so he continues to explain to you about the most auspicious age in which you become the most elevated beings. You have to be very clever explaining these things. The divine virtues have to be well imbibed by you. You mustn't perform any sinful actions. To take something without permission or to eat something without permission is also an incognito sin. The rules are very strict. When someone commits a sin and he doesn't tell Baba about it, that sin continues to increase. Here, you children have to become charitable souls. I love charitable souls and dislike sinful souls. On the path of devotion, too, they are aware that they receive good fruit by performing good actions. This is why they perform good karma of making donations and performing charity. This is a drama, and yet they say that God gives good fruit for good actions. The Father says, I don't just sit and do that business. All of that is fixed in the drama. The Father definitely has to come according to the drama. The Father says, I have to come and show everyone the path. There is no question of mercy in this. Some write, Baba, if we have your blessings, we will never forget you. The Father says, I don't have mercy in that way. Those things belong to the path of devotion. Have mercy on yourself. Every day, Baba is giving us blessings. By remembering the Father, your sins will be absolved. The things of the path of devotion do not continue on the path of knowledge. The path of knowledge is a study. A teacher would not have mercy on anyone. Each one has to study. The Father gives Srimad. Therefore, you should follow that, should you not? However, due to following your own dictates, you don't do any service. You children have to become completely charitable souls. Not the slightest sin should be committed. Some children never speak of the sins they have committed. The Father says they will never claim a high status. It is remembered, those who ascend taste the sweetness of heaven. You children know that the status is very high. If you fall, you are of no use at all. Impure arrogance is number one. Lust, anger, and attachment are no less. Greed and attachment also completely destroy everything. When you have attachment to your children, you continue to remember them. The soul says, mine is one Shiv Baba and none other. Make such effort that no one else is remembered. All of those things have to end. Destruction is just ahead. After that, you won't be able to claim the inheritance. Why should you have attachment to this world? Each of you should talk to yourself in this way. Remove the whole world from your intellects. All of that is going to be destroyed. Such storms will come that they will finish off everything. When a fire breaks out somewhere and there are strong winds, everything is quickly destroyed. In just half an hour, 100 to 150 huts are destroyed. You know that the haystack has to be set on fire. How else would all these human beings die? Good children who have good characters will do good service. Your children should be intoxicated. You will be completely intoxicated at the end when you reach your karmatic stage. However, until then, you still have to continue to make effort. Many people go to the Shiva temple in Benares because he is God, the highest on high. They worship Shiva a great deal there. Baba continues to tell you to go there and explain to them God Shiva gives Lakshmi and Narayan this inheritance. They receive the inheritance from him at the confluence age. When you explain this to them, you would also include the explanation of Brahma and Saraswati. You can explain very clearly using the pictures how they received their kingdom. The path of devotion didn't exist in the kingdom of Lakshmi and Narayan. They say that devotion has continued eternally. You have now received so much knowledge that you should be intoxicated. God is teaching us in order to give us our fortune of the kingdom for 21 births. You are students. Those who have faith will wonder, what would the one from whom the Brahma Kumaris hear everything and who instills that faith in us be like himself? They would first want to come and meet such a father. Until they have full faith, they won't be able to move forward. Those who have faith will quickly run. We will go and meet such a father. We won't leave him. Baba, I now belong to you. I will not go anyway now. There is a song, whether you love me or whether you reject me. This one who loves you madly will not leave your doorstep. Not everyone can stay here. You have to be sent on service. While living at home with your family, be like a lotus. Some put this in writing, but when they go outside, they get caught in the spin of Maya. Maya is so powerful. Maya causes many obstacles. Such a tiny lamp has so many storms of Maya. Intoxication is like Baba says, like soda water. Yeah, it bubbles and then you leave it for a while and completely loses its sparkle. The Father comes and explains to you the essence of these songs. This is your most auspicious confluence age. The month of charity of the devotees has passed. The Father says, I only come at this confluence age to purify the impure. This explanation is so good. Acha, day by day, new methods will come.
This is so hard work here. I can't find no blue.
Day by day, new methods will continue to emerge for service to progress. Many good pictures will continue to be created. It is said, although a task may take a long time, it will be accomplished well. You are receiving ready-made materials through which anyone can understand instantly. The picture of the ladder is very good. None can say at this time that they are pure. Only the golden age is called the pure world. Lakshmi and Narayan are the masters of the pure world. Acha, to the sweetest, beloved, long lost, and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, the father, Bhaktada. The spiritual father says, Namaste to the spiritual children, and the spiritual children say, Namaste to the spiritual father. Essence for Dharana, point 1. Pay a lot of attention so that not even the slightest subtle or gross sin is committed. Don't take anything secretly. Beware of greed and attachment. 2. Renounce any impure arrogance that would completely ruin you. Make effort to remember no one but the one Father. Blessing. May you become free from bondage and experience a high state by becoming free from any subtle bondage of thoughts. To the extent that children are free from bondage, so they can remain stable in a high stage. Therefore, check, is any string still attached, even in a subtle form, in my thoughts, words, or actions? Do not remember anyone except the one Father. If you remember even your body, then along with your body, your relations of the body, your physical possessions, and the world will all follow one another. I am free from bondage. Keep this blessing in your awareness and do the service of releasing the whole world from Maya's trap. Slogan: those who finish any trouble of their bodies and minds with a soul conscious stage can remain unshakable. Baba has given us so much and just taking one point and practicing. So we can have some sharings from all of you. What touched your heart today? What would you like to practice? Anybody?
Om Shanti. Anyone would like to unmute and share powerful Murli today? Thanks.
Om Shanti Urvashi Ben, lovely to have you with us.
Thank you very much. Nice to be with you all.
Just the whole aspect that Baba drew our attention on today, that how when there's the slightest trace of attachment, it keeps us in bondage. And so really breaking free from attachments helps us to break free from bondage. And that's when a soul can reach a high stage of consciousness. Otherwise, we keep getting pulled down again and again. And so just that deep attention. And Baba was using this analogy, when you're dead, the world's dead for you. So really to know that there's no limited support that the soul needs to become totally free from. And then the soul can fly. Thank you.
Om Shanti. Good morning,
Good morning.
Sister Urvashi Ben. Yeah, so I like the way Baba's saying that, we become so intoxicated. We want to share God has come, but souls won't sort of believe that instantly. So Baba says, explain the secrets of the two fathers. And I found that for myself as well. They become so amazed that, yes, we have a physical father and a spiritual father. So explain this with a lot of tact to others. And also, I must keep this blessing in my awareness. And so, especially at this time in the world, Baba says it's a hopeless case. And so I must do the service of releasing the whole world from Maya's trap. Om Shanti.
Maya has many, many subtle traps which we have to recognize, and we just never know when she sees we are free. She has the opportunity to trap us. So becoming aware of that.
Also, there was quite a few deep checking points for us, why there isn't in that enthusiasm to do service and service, Baba's service not increasing. Baba is saying that we have to check our character. We have to have having Baba's remembrance, and the weakness that we need to check the intellect. If the intellect is not trapped in bodies and bodily relations, impure arrogance, and subtle sins as well, Baba was highlighting, and all these things that stops the growth of Baba's service. So a lot of checking points, but deep awareness that how our stage has an impact in Baba's service and the growth of service as well. Thank you.
Yeah, I can just share an example that was given the other day about detachment, because it's always detached and loving, isn't it? And so the example given was like, if you were baking muffins, you actually have to grease the muffin tray in order to get the muffin out. And so detachment is like greasing the muffin tray. You have to have that stage of detachment in order to create that expression of your pure love. And of course, we all know the impact of love and how others are attracted towards that. And when we create the actual power of the virtues, how it can influence the atmosphere and bring benefit to others. And in terms of that detachment, it's like if I'm still allowing my physical senses just to impact on me, then I can't be detached, and every act I perform is going to not enable me to clear any karmic accounts. I'm going to accrue karma from that. But when I use the intellect to master the organs and they are under my command, then I have the ability to watch the drama effectively and to be detached. Om Shanti.
Thank you, Shina.
Om Shanti. It's lovely to have you, Urvashi Ben.
Thank you very much.
I was thinking from the beginning of this week, Baba has used the theme of unlimited. Monday he talked about unlimited love. And then he talked on Wednesday about unlimited help that we receive from Father. And then today he's talking about the whole level of unlimited happiness. And today Baba's really just allowing the soul to check deeply, how deep is my recognition of the Father? As Baba says, the deeper my recognition is of the Father, the happier the soul will remain. And then Baba used a very practical example when a child knows who it's going to be adopted by. If it has that recognition, then the joy comes from within of who I belong to. So the feeling today of how to experience that unlimited happiness through the depth of recognition and to see how much I think I know Baba, but how much have I really recognized Baba. So for me, that's the deep checking for today. Om Shanti.
Shanti. Any more sharings?
Okay. So today there is a program that's happening, a grief and loss program. So for announcements for today, just wanting to, yes, at 3 o'clock today, there is a program, a grief and loss program. And also this morning at 8 o'clock, the silent bhatti from 8 to 12. That's for the BK family. So we will be sending you every hour recording of the guided meditation and focus for the hour. So once again, Urvashi Ben, thank you so much for being with us. And the Murli was like a nightingale, was singing Baba's Murli, so special and beautiful. Thank you. And special love to our Botswana family. And We will play a song now, and then we will invite everyone to put on their cameras. You can see everyone, and all to wish Urvashi Ben and give blessings as well. So thank you. We'll have a song now. Anything, Urvashi Ben, you want to share more?
Do I have to read the point for homework today?
Yes, sorry.
Okay.
Yes, the homework point today.
Homework, yes, the homework point is any karmic account, whether of this birth or a previous birth, will not be burnt without the stage of the fire of love of the original stage. Constantly have the stage of the form of fire, that is, the stage of powerful remembrance, the seed form, the lighthouse, and the night house. Pay special attention to this, and only then will the remaining karmic accounts be settled. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Shelbin, just one more announcement, and that is that the public silence retreat takes place from 10 to 12 today as well. So,
okay.
And there's the Brothers Retreat that's happening this weekend as well. So I think those who had registered can join. It's today and tomorrow, International Brothers Retreat.
Like moths plunging towards the flame, we journey to our home again. Like flowers open to catch the sun, our minds are open to see the one. To have you is the sweetest thing to feel. You are our everything. Oh Baba, dearest Baba, you came into this darkest night. You gave us back our inner sight. You found us broken and full of shame. You gave us back our crowns again. To have you is the sweetest thing to feel. You are our everything. Oh Baba, dearest Baba, you sowed in us the seeds of time. You showed us how the seasons rhyme. From high to low, from rich to poor, we find ourselves inside your door. To have you is the sweetest thing to feel. You are our everything. Oh Baba, dearest Baba,
Om Shanti, and thank you very much, everyone. Have a wonderful day.
Maybe family wants to unmute your video and say goodbye to our Urvashi Ben.
Om Shanti, Urvashi Ben, it's Jeba here.
Om Shanti, everybody.
Welcome,
Om Shanti.
nice to have you.
Thank you. Nice to be with you all.
Om Shanti, Rishi and South Africa family.
Om Shanti. Is that Kamu Ben?
Jasubin from Zimbabwe.
Jasu Ben.
Om Shanti,
Welcome.
everybody.
Hello,
Yeah.
Jasubin.
One day you must read Murli for us too, Ben. Jasu Ben.
No problem, no problem.
Lovely. So thank you, my Ben. Have a wonderful day today.
Thank you. Thank you all. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Thank you, Urvashi Ben. Om Shanti.
Thank you. Thank you. Om Shanti.
Mm.